Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Mm, mm,
Lex Van.
nipende sana mimi nataka wale wanasema gongo taniacha wanune, tupendane yani mpaka wale wanaosubiri tuwachane wachunde. Acha wakae vikao wamalize waganga, yanawashinda ya kwao waone kama waganga. Oh, oh. Hatulia tulali kwao unawaponza uganga. Uone tasura zao mbaya. Wananitaka miswataki na kutaka wewe tu.
Good evening and welcome back to The Nest. I'm your host Maureen Waititu, and it's always a pleasure to host this wonderful show, a show of inspiration, a show of learning and information where we hear from our guests who are doing great things, especially for young people. I say that we keep learning every day, and tonight is no different. We are with a wonderful gentleman who stopped his career at some point and decided to follow his passion, and his passion is in children, and therefore he's going to walk us around how to go about choosing the right school, especially for very young children, because formative years are very important and they're the ones that determine who your child is going to become in the future. And before we meet him, we want you to watch this short video and we'll be right back.
You know, when picking a school for your son or daughter, I think probably the most important things you can do is try to figure out what is the school really about. You know, when you market a school, we're going to tell you everything that's great about our school. However, you want to know all the little things. So when we were looking at a school for my kids, the one things that we did was my wife came home with all the open houses, and those are great starting places, but I visited all the schools because of what I do. So what we did was we set up personal tours at the schools. And in the personal tour, I think that's really a good gauge to figure out what is the school really like. You try to talk to kids that have gone to those schools that aren't really connected back to the schools at this point. Because when you do that, they're going to give you honest answers. You know, sometimes you get walked around by a student that's there, and that's going to be their best student. That's going to be the one who has all their answers. And you might as well walk around with the admissions director then. But for us, I want to know, what is it you're not going to show me about a school? I'm going to visit at a time of a school where the difficulty might be that something might be going on at school, that something might go bad. And I want to see that happen. And I want to see how the school reacts. Things go bad at every school at one point or another, but the most important thing is the ability to see how do they react to it, because that's going to be the gauge for me in terms of what the school will do for my kids.
Welcome back. You are joining us at the perfect moment. Today we're going to talk about choosing the right school for your child. What are these qualities you look for? What are the steps that you need to stick and say, okay, my child is safe, my child is developing well, they're socializing well, and there's no a better person who can tell us than the gentleman who we are hosting tonight. I'm going to let him introduce himself as he tells us about his journey and how he ended up doing what he does, and that is run a school from very few students to a capacity of 200. Teacher Michael, karibu sana to The Nest.
Yep,
Obviously, you know, I say you're the only one who can introduce yourself best. So how would you introduce yourself to our audience today?
Okay, my name is Michael Ndongo. At school, they call me Teacher Michael. I'm a director of Golden Key School, a school that was started 8 years ago in 2016. I have a passion in handling and taking care of the very little ones, because for our school, we normally admit from 3-year-olds up to 13-year-olds. That is, we have from playgroup up to grade 7, that is junior secondary. I am a teacher by profession, having graduated from Egerton University for a bachelor's degree in education, and I also have a master's in business administration from the University of Nairobi, and of course I have a passion in taking care of them and also impacting knowledge in them and inspiring the young ones so that they get to their greatest heights.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That's such a nice introduction. It's given us a picture of who you are and what you do. And let me start by giving you your flowers and saying we know women in general are the nurturers, they're the ones who are involved in children.
Yes.
And seeing a man going out of his way,
Yes.
it's such a beautiful gift to the world.
Thank you.
Well, so with every great story, there's a beginning. So, who is the young Michael? Where was he born? Where did he grow up? To
Yes.
whom?
Yes.
How did he go to his primary school? How was your bringing up, and where were you born?
I was born in a place called Limuru in Nairobi, in Kiambu district,
Yes.
to Mr. and Mrs. Paul Njoroge, although my dad passed on some years back.
Sorry.
My mother is still alive,
Okay.
and of course she's been a beacon of hope to the family.
Yes.
After Limuru, we moved to Nairobi. I schooled in a school called Heshima Road Primary School in Shauri Moyo.
Oh.
Then from that point on, I went to Jamhuri High School, still here in Nairobi.
Wow, my father
And
went
then-
there. I'll find out. Yes.
Then from that point, I did quite well in high school. I was admitted to Egerton University, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in education. And then from that point on, I got employment by government.
Okay.
I taught in various high schools. I've taught across the country. I've taught in Kisii, I've taught in Kiambu, I've taught in Thika.
Yes.
And then it got to a point whereby I also felt that I could upgrade myself. So I joined University of Nairobi for a master's degree.
Yes, yes.
And the government felt that they could move me from high school now to a technical institute.
Wow.
So I taught in various technical institutes. I've taught in a technical institute in Tala called
Yes.
Katine. I've taught in Kasarani Technical.
Yes.
I've taught in Kenya Institute of Science and Technology in Kiambu, KIST.
Yes.
And then from all along,
Yes.
I always felt that I wanted to become a boss of my own self.
I see.
I wanted to define my own destiny.
Yes.
So all along the way, I was putting things together. I didn't mention that I'm also a family man. I have two
yes.
daughters and a son.
Oh, lovely.
So of course, along the way, of course, I was raising a family.
Yes.
But from the onset, since that time that I got employment, it has been a journey. I decided to buy land here in Nairobi while I was working outside in the rural areas.
Yes.
So I was able to construct a house, and that became the basis for me to come to Nairobi and settle here.
Yes.
So still continuing working, I was able to do some bit of savings.
Okay.
Savings because then I was not paying rent. So I was able to, with time, to buy some land
Yes.
where the school is situated, and I did some 4 rooms on that land. Then one room would act as the staff room.
Yes.
The other room would act as an office.
Yes.
And then the 2 rooms that
Yes.
are remaining would be used as as
The
classrooms.
classrooms,
Although all the rooms had been constructed in
Yes.
sizable, there are sizable
Yes,
rooms that
yes.
could host classrooms.
Yes.
Though because there was need for a staff room and an office, then we had to take up the space
Yes.
and leave 2 rooms.
Okay.
One could be used by the kids in playgroup,
Yes.
and then the other one for the PP1 kids.
Aha.
Then I had like 2 teachers
Yes.
to handle the 2 classes, and somebody to take care of the cleanup with the compound and so on. And I felt that out of the expertise that I had
Yes.
earlier,
Yes.
I could come in
Yes.
and offer, managerial assistance, and
Yes.
also do supervision work for the teachers and so on, so that everything runs out well.
Exactly.
So I decided to quit from my job and concentrate there.
Okay.
Though I had a supportive spouse who would take care of issues at home.
Yes.
So even if I didn't have an income,
Yes.
the kids at home are taken good care of.
Wow.
So so then after some point, the first year was very challenging,
I can imagine.
because the first year,
Yeah.
it's one, when you look across
Yes.
the country,
Yes.
many academies are normally started by ladies.
It's true. It's true.
By ladies. Now
Yes.
here is a man
Yes.
who has come,
Yes.
and people have no history about this person. They
Yes.
have no history about the school.
Yes.
Because parents will normally take their kids to a place where there is a
There
history
is
already.
a history, yes.
And there is a mother figure
Yes.
around.
Yes.
But here is a man, you've come,
Yes.
and you want to run
Yes.
this enterprise and so on. But okay, the first year,
Mm-hmm.
very challenging. We did a lot of marketing. You can imagine, before the school started,
Yes.
we had distributed over 1,000 flyers
Oh my.
all around.
Yes.
But on the opening day,
Yes.
we only had 2 kids. So
Yes.
what drove me?
Yes.
What would drive me was the passion that I had, because I love
Exactly.
teaching.
Yes.
Even when there were challenges, I still had that drive,
Yes, yes.
to move on. Then the school didn't even have a vehicle.
Oh yeah.
So I would commute to school. Sometimes it would be, the weather wasn't at
Yes,
times
yes.
very good.
Yes.
Parents would come to the school. They ask, and do you have means of transport?
Yeah.
We are planning to buy a vehicle.
Yes. Yeah, you have to instill hope. Yes.
So the 2 kids, we still even had challenges with the teachers we are employing, because a teacher would come to maybe a school. They want a salary at the end of the day.
Yes.
So maybe they would ask themselves, out of these 2 kids,
Yeah.
am I going to get something at the end of the
Yeah.
month?
Yeah.
So some of them, I had a teacher who came for only 1 day
Oh.
and decided to disappear.
Oh no.
But there were those who still believed in us,
Yes.
and they knew that we would make it. But along the way, there is no 1 month
Yes.
that we lack to pay the teachers.
Oh, look at that.
Now, going back, how did we now start going?
Yes.
We still continued faithfully doing our marketing, and parents would come to the school, would explain the vision of the school. Now, one thing that parents should know is that
Yes.
when you go to a school,
Yes.
get to know what vision does.
Exactly.
What is their vision statement?
Yes.
What does it say?
Yes.
What is the bigger goal
Yes.
of this particular
Yes.
institution?
Yes. Yes.
And for some parents, they would buy our vision,
Wow.
and they would know that this is actually the right place that I should bring my kid. So gradually, numbers started growing.
Nice.
Then we had a challenge of now infrastructure.
Yes, now this
infrastructure.
this
Now, that
yes.
takes me back to, I
Yes.
told you, when I was in the rural,
Yes.
I would save.
Yes.
And luckily, God assisted me to
Yes.
buy an extra plot.
Okay.
So for me to be able to grow the school, because infrastructure requires a lot of
A
money.
lot of money, yes.
So I was able to dispose of what I had bought earlier. Not the home. The
Yes,
home is still there.
yes,
But something
yes,
extra
yes,
on
yes,
the side.
Yes.
And I was able to plow in the money there.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to buy our first vehicle.
Wow.
And we expanded
Mm-hmm.
the infrastructure.
Yes.
Now we were able to do some other 4 classrooms.
Yes.
And the confidence within the parents
Yes.
started growing.
Of course.
Because they are saying that, you know, despite the fact that we have started small,
Yes.
it is a growing place. And with time, numbers started growing. And we were now able to, you know, employ more teachers. We were able to accommodate more kids. The transition now
Yes.
became much easier.
Okay.
Because you see, we only had two rooms. Now the parents had confidence that when it comes to the new year,
Yes.
the kids have a classroom to go
Very
to.
true. Very true.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is how we have grown over the last 8 years. And right now the school is able to stand on its own and grow.
Yes.
Yes.
Na bado.
We still our heart is still very strong.
Yes.
We want our vision is to have Golden Key schools
Yes.
in every other county in this
Yes.
particular school, in
Yes.
this particular country.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is the mission of the school?
The mission of our school is to provide holistic education to every learner through a friendly learning environment where professionals are able to find out the potential of every kid and grow this potential.
Okay.
That is our mission.
Wow.
Our vision is to provide excellent pre-primary, primary,
Yes.
and junior secondary education.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Wonderful.
Yes.
As a parent
Yes.
who has very little children,
Yes.
I remember I was transitioning to a bigger school just after COVID, now
Yes.
when they announced the schools were back.
Yes.
And I had a list,
Yes.
and the list was very long.
Yes.
But the one thing I made up my mind on is every time I'd go school hunting,
Yes.
I would go with my child because I needed to know how they're going to, you know, go about the environment.
Yes.
And true enough, I went around some schools,
Yes.
and this particular school where he is
Yes.
right now,
Yes.
when we went through the gate, he said, "Wow, mommy, I really like this school." And it wasn't any pretty, it was a kindergarten, and you know, they're almost all the same colors,
Yes.
colorful things,
Yes, yes.
but he liked it.
Yes.
And then we entered the staff room and we were received very well. And then I remember reading the mission and the vision.
Yes. Yes.
But one of the things I was very keen on was the a Christian foundation,
Yes.
because like we say,
Yes.
the school is the second home.
True.
We co-parent,
Yes,
me
yes,
and the school co-parent,
Yes,
because when now my kids are at school,
Yes.
I'm at peace. I don't worry.
Yes.
When they are back home,
Yes.
I'm with them.
Yes.
And I can see how it's important for parents to have a clear indication
Yes.
on what they want.
True.
And I feel very proud to know that you, as an educator,
Yes.
you also have your own vision, even having started with only 2 students
Yes.
and making it this far.
Yes.
it makes me so happy because like I said, this show is not about not only our audience,
Yes.
but it's also about me learning when I'm seated here. So I can also go teach others
Yes,
and
yes.
refer them to,
Yes.
you know, a school like yours.
Yes.
So other than the challenges, the normal challenges of, you know, infrastructure, transport,
Yes.
trying to grow the numbers and the teachers,
Yes.
in terms of getting the school running,
Yes.
what are some of these requirements that,
Mhm.
you know, an educator like you or a school owner like you has to adhere to, especially maybe the government requirements,
Yes.
social requirements? What are some of those things? Maybe you can paint for us a picture of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One, a properly instituted school has to be registered by the Ministry of Education.
Aha.
Now, the process of registration is very rigorous.
Yes.
They look at the public health issues.
Yes.
They look at what curriculum
Mhm.
you're offering to the
Yes,
kids.
yes.
They look at the facilities
Yes.
that you have
Yes.
within the school so that the learning process in and out of class is conducive. Apart from that,
Yes.
they also look at management.
Of course.
What are the qualifications of your directors? What are the qualifications of your teachers? Are they do they have the right, you know,
Yes.
qualification to be able to handle the kids?
The kids.
What are the qualifications? It goes ahead and looks even at what kind of subordinate staff do you have? Drivers,
Yes.
cooks,
Yes.
cleaners. Then other amenities like,
Yes.
for example, washrooms.
Yes.
How well are they maintained? Do you have adequate water? So there are very many things that the government will look at and say that we have decided to register this particular school. Our school, Golden Key School, has full registration
Nice.
from the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
Then apart from just the government part of it, for a school to be properly constituted, to be able to handle, especially those kids, there are also other pertinent issues
Yes.
that you need to put in place.
Yes.
Like, for example, in my school, for the little ones, we normally, initially we had the chalkboards.
Yes.
But now we have installed whiteboards.
Nice.
Whiteboards, why?
Yes. Yes.
One,
Yes.
we don't know what dust has done to us.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with the whiteboard,
Yes.
you don't necessarily
Yes.
have to have the
chalk
dust.
and the
dust
dust,
is
yes.
reduced and
Yes.
the chalk.
Yes.
Apart from that, the teacher is able to present whatever they want to present in a neat way with the whiteboard markers and so on.
Yes.
And that enables the kid to be able to learn. The whiteboards also become a medium. We have
Yes.
projectors in school.
Yes.
So at times, the teacher would want to get this kid
Yes.
out of a class environment, but within
Yes,
the class
the class,
environment,
yes.
and show them what is this that we are learning
Yes.
out there.
Yes.
So with the projectors, they can be able to, connect flashes.
Yes.
The projectors are voice enabled.
Yes.
And the classroom environment becomes a different kind of an environment.
Exactly.
We can have a market inside the classroom.
Yes.
Through the whiteboard.
projector. Yes.
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 Then, from grade 1 to grade 7, we have installed internet in every class.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
We're running a system called CBC. And CBC is a system whereby
Yes.
the kid has to see what is this that the teacher is teaching. And actually, it's normally said that if you just offer a lecture method of teaching,
Yes.
the kids will only get 25%
I agree.
of the content.
Yes.
If a kid is able to hear
Yes.
and they are seeing
Yes.
what is this that the teacher is teaching,
Yes.
they retain up to 50%.
Yes.
If the kid is able to hear,
Here.
see, and also participate
Participate. Yes.
in the activities,
Yes.
the retention is up to 75%. So those are
Yes.
some of the things that we have incorporated in our
Yes.
curriculum delivery, so that the kids are able to, we are able to get the full potential, or rather we're able to get what is this that this kid is good at. Because out of that, you
Yes.
know that this kid is good in agriculture.
Yes.
This kid is good in sports.
Yes.
This kid is a good mathematician. Then apart from that, the other thing that you need to look at is what is your reward system? When a kid does well, what is this that you do as a teacher, as management to
Yes.
reward?
Yes.
Ours, we have a system, a daily system that rewards kids.
Yes.
Every time
Yes.
a kid does a good job,
Yes.
and it is marked by the
Yes,
teacher, and the
yes.
teacher writes good, they'll come to the office for a sticker.
Oh. Yes.
So this sticker
Yes.
becomes a constant
Yes,
reminder that
yes.
I did good in
Yes,
that.
yes.
It's also a motivator to the kids on a daily basis
I
to
agree.
to know that, or rather to come to school,
Yes.
because they're looking forward for a reward.
Exactly.
So the daily rewards, that is something that we do. Whenever we do an exam, like right now, today we started our end of term exam. And for every class,
Yes.
every class, maybe grade ones, if a kid is performing or has performed well, maybe in a given subject, it could be mathematics, we normally give them a badge.
Yes.
You're a champion in mathematics.
Yes.
And they're going to hold that badge
Yes.
until the next exam.
Yes.
So for them to maintain that badge, they have to work. It's an honor to have the
Yes,
badge.
yes.
It's amongst the peers. Apart from that, they have to work very hard to maintain the badge. They have to remain at
Yes,
the top.
yes.
At the same time,
Yes.
the other kids, or rather this kid, maybe would want to get other badges to decorate themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
So the reward system in a school is key to ensuring that these kids, one, they get motivated. The other one is to show them you're good in this.
Yes.
Continue working down the line on this on this path. Then
Yes.
apart from that, we also have mentorship programs
Yes.
where we invite mentors, somebody who is good in a given area, to talk to kids. Maybe your interest is in science and mathematics and technology.
Yeah.
Then they see somebody who is good in that particular
Yes,
area, and
yes.
how they are faring on, and the opportunities in that particular area. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
I really love that.
Thank
And it's even making me want to learn more, even
Yes.
about balancing education among kids, because
Yes.
kids are gifted differently.
True.
But before we get there, we're going to take a short water break,
Thank
and then we carry on with it.
Okay, understand.
All right, guys, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with teacher Michael to hear more about education system, what to look out for, and a few other things. But so far, there's so much enrichment in the information we've gotten, and don't go away. We'll be right back.